Has the Institute for International Sport been tarnished forever?
Walt, I don't know. I really don't know. I know that, there are things that I can say and I can't say today because you have a grand jury that's deliberating. I would hope and pray, and I really mean those words, that somehow, some way, we can continue with the World Scholar Athlete Games. I don't care, about the International Institute of Sport. I care about what we created in the World Scholar Athlete Games. I mean, we really made a difference for the 25 years.
Does it hurt you what happened as we look at this process, as it inches forward? Does it hurt you what happened specifically to you with the alleged forgery, but also on a grander scale to the damage to the Scholar Athlete Games?
I can't tell you how much it hurts, because when you and other people put 20 years into something and you know it's a great program and you're making a difference, and all of a sudden it's shut down, and it's one of the best programs, it hurts.
If you could speak to Dan Doyle, would you speak to him, and what would you say?
Why? Why? Because no matter what anyone says, and there is bitterness, but at the same point in time, Dan Doyle was the visionary, the dreamer, who created this program. We were taking kids from all over the world, or when we ran the US Games, all over America, and you'd take someone, and the classic example of this was when they ran the Irish Games, where you had, in Northern Ireland, where you had Catholic Irish and Protestant Irish, not on separate teams. They had to play together, and if they wanted to win, they had to learn how to work together. And so that's what this program was doing. I have had people contact me from other universities, but I can't right now. I'm almost in one of those periods of time where I'm not allowed to even open my mouth. But to save the World Scholar Athlete Games would mean a lot to me, because number one, you put me personally over 20 years into it, and I watched all of the people that came to speak to the students. President Clinton speaking, from Ralph Nader speaking, from Joe Nye speaking, Archbishop Tutu coming, Colin Powell coming. Everybody really wanted to be a part of the program because it was really trying to make a difference for the future. Nothing can be done until the grand jury, the due process of law, the scales of justice take time. And right now, until that's resolved, you can't do anything. And obviously, it hurt me a little bit more, from a financial standpoint. But you don't cry over spilt milk. You move on, and you try, and hopefully we'll be able to replicate it again. I don't know where.
You probably don't believe your money was wasted necessarily.
Oh, no.
But potentially misspent.
Well, my money was never wasted, and anyone that gave to the games, it was never wasted. The money that might have been wasted was at the end. Also, one of the things that happened, originally we thought we were going to have a lot more, and the number dwindled, whether it was because of visa problems or just poor organization or whatever. The numbers were only really 10% of what we were told they were going to be. And there were other things that happened.
That we don't know about yet.
That we don't know about yet. But I think Dan Doyle had a dream, had a vision, executed it, and then something went wrong. And I don't know what went wrong. It could go on, but again, you just don't know how long the legal system will take, because until the legal system, and it also depends upon, once the legal system decides, how much taint will whatever the legal decisions, good, bad, or indifferent, how much will they put on the game still? Because again, the fat lady hasn't sung yet. And I'll never forget a couple of American kids sort of saying, well, Mr. Hassenfeld, how can you, talk about this when you manufacture in China and the workers are abused? And before I could answer, two young ladies from China got up and looked at the Americans, sort of saying, how can you denigrate my country the way you're denigrating my country when you know nothing about China of today? Why don't we sit down and talk? Okay, and maybe you'll teach me a little bit about America and we'll teach you a little bit about China. And just the chance of exchanging ideas and making it a smaller world, because look, right now the problems, whether they be in the Middle East, whether they be our relations in China, our relations, people aren't talking. We're so set in our views. How do you get people to sit down and talk? And we were trying to take some of the best and the brightest who had high potential, put them together so there'd be a dialogue.